He's seen the skill of the prince and the strength and the ability and the accuracy and the speed. Oh gosh, you know I'm the best in the world. He's right in front of me and I can honestly tell him that I'm going to knock him spark out.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another edition of TDs and Flying Knees, your premier one-stop channel for fantasy football, mixed martial arts, and boxing, guys. We actually cover combat. And in a weekend where there was no UFC, people were freaking out. We had your back and we supplied you with a full weekend of fights, guys. We actually cover combat. So this is your first time here. Welcome. So super blessed that the last 4 videos we had got more than 100 likes. That was pretty cool and out of nowhere. So thank you for the people who subscribe, the new subscribers. Appreciate it. Value every single one of you guys, man. But this is your first time here. Welcome. Before we get into it, I have to introduce the panel of extraordinary gentlemen.
What's going on, everybody? Louis here. Just excited. Just finished a busy weekend of fights and ready to talk.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, that's my DJ.
Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ here. Just hanging out, kicking down some bush. What's the fellas? And ready to get the show started.
Jeff. Jeff.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us again. Hope you guys enjoyed the fights this weekend.
Yes, you know what it is. Your host with the most, Smooth Steven Cruz. We got to introduce the silent assassin. We got him back. All right. Had a lot to say to him
I like
this time,
that.
man.
That was good. How was that trip? Yeah? Oh, that's nice.
That's crazy, dude.
Just for people at home, if you see a terrorist been taken off the list, we might know why.
Yep. The silent assassin was taking out commies and terrorists. Thank you. We got a producer back, though, so pretty awesome. So today's a little bit different, guys. We're recording on a Saturday night. Right now, it's 12:40 Central Time. Watched all the fights together. So, and we drank a lot, so might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just a little extra.
But we're going to kick it off to Jeff for some MMA news, rumors, and fight announcements.
Yeah, let's start in the UFC. In the welterweight division, guys, Sean Brady's out. Kevin Lee will now fight Daniel Rodriguez at UFC Vegas 35 on August 28th. I was really looking forward to Sean Brady and Kevin Lee going at it because it was just a great matchup. But Daniel Rodriguez is a stud, dude. So I'm actually a big fan of his. So I can't wait to see how he does against Kevin Lee. Next fight announcement we have is in the lightweight division. It's Alexander Hernandez will fight Leonardo Santos at a UFC event on October 2nd.
Is he the one from San Antonio?
Yes.
Cool.
He is from San Antonio, so that's cool. We'll be rooting for him. Let's move on to Bellator. Yoel Romero set to make his Bellator debut against Phil Davis at Bellator 266 in San Jose, California on September 18th. Yoel Romero is coming off 3 straight losses to end his UFC career. Davis is also coming off a loss to Vadim Nemkov, but has won 3 of his last 4. That's a great matchup over in Bellator, and I'm curious to see what Yoel Romero looks like, man. We haven't seen him compete in a while.
What weight class is this again?
Yoel moved up, so it's in the light heavyweight division,
Okay.
205.
I'll say, Phil Davis is like a light heavyweight, right?
Yep. Hey, look at Yoel, 44 years old, bro. Yeah, great matchup there. Looking forward to it. Mark your calendar, September 18th. PFL, Clarissa Shields will face Abigail Montes at a PFL event on October 27th. And Abigail Montes is actually I'm hearing she's a contender. So this is a step up in competition for Shields. I'm just hoping that they didn't give her too much, too soon. I don't think they would make that mistake. So I'm assuming this girl isn't gonna be grapple heavy. You know, hopefully we'll get to see her stand up and use her striking. Man, that'd be pretty cool to see.
I don't lose, baby. You know that. Okay.
This is true. That's true, man. She's a beast, and her hand speed, her boxing it looked ridiculously fast. We didn't get to see much of it because it was the girl kept wanting to take the fight to the ground, for obvious reasons. But when we did get to see Shields use some of her boxing, man, her hands looked too fast. So looking forward to that one as well. That's all I have in as far as fight announcements in MMA.
All right, guys. Just like Jeff, I don't have much fight announcements other than you already know Earl Spencer is out of his fight with Manny Pacquiao. We will now get Ugas versus Pacquiao. Still a good fight, but not the one we wanted to see. Yep. Jamal Herring versus Shakur Stevenson has been announced. That's set for October 23rd. So it's a step up for Shakur Stevenson, who's still pretty green. Let me see what else I got. Oh yeah, Conor Benn versus Adrian Granados was added to the undercard of Mauricio Lara versus Josh Warrington 2. Ooh, so that's a really good card now, man. Yep. So it's gonna be sick. Yeah, that's it, man. It was a slow.
And Anderson Silva.
Oh yeah, Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. That's weird. Yeah, because it's boxing.
Very weird.
It's not an MMA.
Yeah, it is a boxing announcement. Yeah, that's set for the undercard of the
Vitor
and Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, so he's not fighting Paul no more?
No, I guess they didn't come to agreement.
Actually, Jeff, I screenshotted something right here.
Yeah,
this is MMA news. Sugar Sean versus Frankie Edgar in the works.
I saw that earlier today, and I left that out because I think it's just someone trolling. I don't think it's I looked on like all the major, outlets, I guess, and I didn't see it anywhere. And I feel like if that fight was being made, it'd be like, someone big like Ariel or fucking Brett Okamoto. Somebody would be
talking about O'Malley. Did y'all see the new tattoo he put on his neck?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty cool.
What is it? The shooting?
Six,
it's
9.
him like shooting.
Oh, I thought it was 6'9". Thought he got a 6'9".
It was no, he got one in the neck. It's him doing like the.
Oh, I heard about that. I haven't seen it yet.
It's like down. It's on his neck.
Yeah, I mean that's what you.
But yeah, Steve. If
narcissist.
Yeah, I guess so. But it is pretty cool though. But if that fight is being made, O'Malley versus Edgar, I don't like it for O'Malley. I think that sure there's a possibility he can knock Edgar out, but there's also a very high possibility that Edgar's going to get him to the ground,
ragdoll him,
and control him and win the fight, because we've seen him do it before. I know he's a little older now, but if you can take down Yair Rodriguez, hold him down and beat him up, I think he can do the same to Sean O'Malley. We've seen Edgar take bigger dudes down.
Yeah,
that's why I chose to leave it out, because I'm not convinced yet it's true. But yeah, you're right, man. I saw that online and it's interesting. I forgot to mention Chad Mendes.
Oh, Bare Knuckle FC.
Yeah, Bare Knuckle.
You guys.
So he's returning, and Chad Mendes is going to fight in Bare Knuckle. So I'm looking forward to that. I know if you're a combat sports fan, you've been seeing the clips of Chad Mendes hitting the pads in training, and he looks as explosive and fast and powerful as ever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was hoping he would sign with Bellator, but seeing him compete in Bare Knuckle is better than not seeing him compete at all.
Yeah,
so.
And UFC allowed it too. So
absolutely, yeah.
Daddy Dana
cool.
White said he gave him permission.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get into fight reviews, DJ, did you know the correct date for your brother-in-law's fight?
So Jay Cabello, his fight's going to be on September 25th in Floresville. So if anybody's interested, reach out to either him or any one of us, and we can try to get y'all tickets.
What, $35 to get you in for a whole 12 different bouts or some shit like that?
Yeah, it starts at 7 at night, so it's gonna be.
You going, DJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. If y'all want to go, let me know.
Hell yeah,
we all get tickets. Come check it out. It's gonna be fun. It'll be his first pro fight. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, guys, we support our guys from bottom up. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, well, let's kick it off to Jeff for some MMA fight reviews that happened over this weekend.
Yeah, let's get into it, guys. Let's start in the PFL. It was McDonald versus Cooper, and a couple of good fights on this card, man. I think the House Monfio Clay Collard fight was really good. It was controversial though, man. I watched the fight. I did pick Monfio to win. But when the fight ended, I watched that fight. It felt like Collard won. It was not too hard to tell. I'm not saying it was a robbery because it was a close fight, but I thought Collard did enough to get the win. However, it was Manfio that walks away with a unanimous decision. How'd you guys feel about that fight?
I agree. I don't think Manfio won that fight, man. I picked him to win, but I think Collar did more.
Yeah, same here. I just felt like Collar did more. He's more active. He was throwing more strikes. I thought Manfio could have opened up more with a little more leg kicks. I feel like it was there for him. Collar did have like a wider stance, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't want to sound stupid giving a professional fighter tips, but I felt like when he did throw the leg kicks that it was effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looked
and
good.
and it looked like if he would have thrown more, it opened up more of a striking, because he did look like he was holding back a little, and he wasn't engaging as much as he should have. Collard was the one that looked like he was getting off more offensively. But yeah, Manfio gets a unanimous decision. And then another great fight on that card, Magomed Karimov defeats Sadibou Sai via unanimous decision. And yeah, this was another great performance by Magomed Karimov. Just uses grappling to get the win, man.
I think he's undefeated in PFL.
Yeah, he looked really good. Just a really good grappler, dominant, strong. Yeah, he did. He executed his game plan, obviously, and it got him the victory. The main event, guys, it was Ray Cooper defeating Rory McDonald via unanimous decision. And I don't think any of us saw this coming the way that it came.
Yeah. He out-wrestled Rory McDonald, who was the second best grappler of the welterweight division at one time.
Yep.
So
in the UFC.
It's crazy.
And so now he advances because it's a playoff, right?
Right.
So he's going to be fighting
Magomed Karimov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the rematch of the last tournament they had, I think, 2 years ago.
Nice.
So Magomedov already won the first one.
Yep.
Because, like I say, he's undefeated, so he didn't lose at all.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight, man. I can't wait for it.
It's $1 million right there, too.
Yeah, man. It's for
That's
the
crazy.
money. But, Cooper really impressed me, man. Like, I expected McDonald to be the one, to get the fight to the ground and win that way. However, it was a complete opposite. And Cooper, he looked great. He looked strong. He looked like the better grappler and the better striker, which surprised me because I figured he would be the better striker. I did not see him being a better wrestler than Rory. But he got the job done. He looked great doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see him fight again. You guys get to catch that fight?
Yeah, I caught that fight. That was good. Ray Cooper
He's just strong.
Just strong, yeah.
Yes, dude.
I love fighters that come in with that mentality where they want to beat you at what you're best at.
Yeah,
I love that.
It was.
Yeah. That's what he did, man. That's what he did.
And it was weird. I think I don't know if it was. I think it was BJ Penn.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how he had Ray Cooper winning it.
Oh, nice.
In that kind of fashion.
That
too,
way.
as well.
Wow.
So he's not looking at Roy McDonald. He's looking at that rematch. I think he wants to win that $1 million.
Yep.
He lost that $1 million last time. So.
And a couple times it was Rory that was initiating the grappling, but it would be Cooper that ended up on top. So yeah, man, I didn't see that coming. If you did, hats off to you. That was a good call. Luis here did pick Cooper by decision though, right, Luis?
Yeah, but I thought he was just gonna outstrike him.
You thought he was going to keep it standing?
He was
going
to keep it standing, stuff the takedowns, and
yeah. So that was the PFL. Let's move on to Bellator 264. Mousasi versus Salter. Had a couple of really good fights on this card, guys. Rufian Stotts defeats Magomedov, which I did not see coming. I picked Magomedov to win that fight. However, Rufian Stotts walks away with a UD, and people were saying he's next. He should be next for Sergio Pettis. Man, that'd be a great fight. A really, really good fight. I'd have to look more into it to see who I would pick. But yeah, if they make that fight, we'll all be in for a treat. Another fight on that card was Andrei Korshkov defeating Sabah Homasi via unanimous decision as well. And Korshkov is also calling for a title fight after that win. He looked good too, man. I don't know if they're going to give him a title shot next, but he got the victory. And now in the main event, Gegard Mousasi defeats John Salter via third round TKO. Yeah, man, Mousasi, I thought for some reason, I kept thinking he looked tired and he looked just a little bit sloppy. The striking, it looked a little bit sloppy. He looked a little bit tired, but he did, he did get the job done by TKO, which is, I don't know if I picked him to win by TKO. I know I picked him to win.
But, it was TKO.
It was TKO? Okay. Yeah, here we go. We got the highlights up. And he's a monster on the ground, man. Once he gets you down, his ground and pound is it's vicious, man. He lands heavy shots. And
he's just constantly trying to attack. Once he gets that top position, he just wants to hit you. It's not like he's laying you down, holding you down, waiting to make his. He's just constantly hitting you.
Yeah, he's very offensive.
The shots from the ground and pound were heavy, man.
Yep.
Man, it was like
Pow, right in the kitchen.
Yeah. And I mean, Salter looked good too. Don't get me wrong, man. Salter actually took Mousasi down in the first round and held him down. Actually, it was a very close first round. I would lean toward Salter in the first round just because he controlled more of it. But yeah, his when the fight was standing, even though, it looked a little sloppy, a little bit, and Mousasi looked a little tired, I did give him the edge in the second round. But yeah, in the third round, it was all Mousasi, and he got the job done, man. It sucks that we never got to see this guy compete for a UFC title.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, even some people I saw online are wishing he, hypothetically matching him up with Izzy just because he's such a good grappler. And we all saw what happened to Izzy when he faced a really good grappler in Yan.
And he's not even a bad stand-up fighter either.
Yeah, he's not. He has professional boxing matches, professional kickboxing matches. So yeah, people were saying that that Mousasi would be a great matchup for him, and I would have loved to see that. Probably never will.
We could start with the main event. Zhang Lipping defeats Edward Faloyang. Unanimous decision.
Yeah, you called it, Steve.
Yeah. I didn't see a finish with these guys' style. Like I said, Faloyang does, he's heavy-handed, and just the spinning strikes, man. So many people keep doing that. They keep going to spinning strikes.
They just want that highlight reel.
Like Manfio, he kept just randomly doing spinning kicks, and we saw the last couple cards. And yeah, I don't know.
Munoz, Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, like, why are you doing that right now? The third round where you're losing. Anyway, and that's coming from a out of shape guy sitting down. But still,
I was totally throwing that flying knee right there.
But it was still a good fight, man. It was an awesome fight to watch at 7 a.m, man. It was
exactly.
It was really good. Like, even if this was at 9 o'clock, it'd be a great fight card to watch, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good fight, but Zing's well-roundedness pretty much won him that fight, man. That's what I got from watching it.
Yeah, I liked. He just looked like the better all-around fighter. He just looked like he was more complete, I guess. And a lot younger. Faloyang is getting up there. He's old, and he looked it. To be honest, man, I don't know where he goes from here, but Lipping looked good.
Did y'all see that knockout?
Alex Silva's armbar. I know you like.
Dude,
that.
It was sick. Alex Silva, he didn't get it, but he threw up an armbar from the bottom. It was not a traditional armbar. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it was called, but if you haven't seen it, YouTube it, and it was awesome, man. If you guys aren't watching these one cards that we tell you guys about, I'm telling you, man, you're missing out. If you're a fight fan, if you're a combat sports fan, give it a try. It's early in the morning, so we get it.
If you missed the Pride Days, where the knees to the ground opponent, or
there was actually a couple knees to the head on the ground.
Yeah.
In one of these fights, can't remember which one, but
is that the?
Yeah,
that was the almost armbar. Yeah.
Oh, rewind it a little bit, Chris.
Yeah. So yeah, these fights. I mean, these fights. The
Look
way
at
the
that.
rules are.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, and he was trying to get an omoplata or something.
Yeah, he was trying to change it up.
Yeah, that was sick, man. I've never seen that before.
It was slick too.
Yep.
Did you see that Saputra knockout though in 10 seconds in the first round?
Yes, I was gonna bring that
Dude.
up. That was sick.
He went.
Saputra. I'm surprised you know how to say that. I was like, shit, I didn't do any fucking pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick knockout. Sick. That dude went out.
He fell asleep.
But yeah, guys, give it a shot, man. I'm telling you, if you
these guys,
you'll like it. It's free, right, Steve?
Yeah, it's free, man. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, it went so fast. It looked like it didn't look like like he punched him.
Yeah,
like you just saw the punch go, and then he just fell asleep on.
Here it is,
on the way
right
down.
here.
It was quick, 10 seconds, and That's a fast fight. Check that out. That was a nice knockout. People enjoy that one.
Oh,
yeah, it was sick.
Boom, right in the
Overhand
case of
right.
the-
man.
Right
And
on the
then,
jaw.
Oh my goodness.
and then again, trying to push the what's his name, Galani.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trying to push him, and it's not happening, guys.
I think he paid him back too. I think he kicked him in the
man.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first nut
yeah,
shot that
he kicked him in the
Galani
nuts.
landed.
man.
Yeah.
Because there was the other. It was Galani getting hit in the nuts over
Yeah.
and over, right?
Lonnie was getting kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
I think like 4 or 5 times in the whole fight.
Yeah.
And then he throws one. So he's laying down on the ground and he's kicking him while he's down, like kicking his legs like usual. And usually they kick with the outside leg on the outside of the leg.
Mhm.
And he kicked he kicked him like he punted his balls. It was funny as hell. And that was it. I think they stopped the fight after that. No content. But yeah. He gets one, he lands one, but he had like 4 landing on him. That was pretty wild.
All right, guys, that is all for the MMA fight reviews. Now let's get into the boxing reviews. And first up at 1 Central Time today and Saturday, if you tuned in, you saw the Zans Fight Camp Week 3 at the Matchroom Mansion. It's a cool little setup they got, man. The main event was Joshua Buatsi versus Richard Bulotniks. And what a great fight, man. And I told you from the get-go that Bulotniks is a tough dude. And he tested Buatsi, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was back and forth. Buatsi's just a monster. He's just a whole nother person, right?
Yeah, man.
And he was like, I think he dropped him in the 6th round. And then after that, he started losing the next two rounds, I believe. But it looked like he was fading away, like he gassed out. But I guess he was just saving it.
Yeah,
it was
man.
a good fight.
It was a great fight, man. And I'm telling you, you're hearing it right now from the TDFK podcast. I've been telling you about these guys. You're going to see Joshua Buatsi fight for a world title soon, man. You know, like one of those barbecues or whatever that your family has for a big fight. He's definitely going to be fighting for a world title soon, man. And you heard it here first on TDs and Flying Knees.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it was a good fight.
He looked great, man.
All right, guys. Next up, they happened around 7:00 on DAZN as well. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Egidijus Mean Machine Kavaliauskas, and Vergil Ortiz stops Kavaliauskas with the 8th round TKO. What a great fight! But man, Kavaliauskas is tough. He hurt Ortiz, man. It was a great fight. It was a good test.
Yeah, great test, man. Back and forth. He's a tough guy, man. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name, but he's tough. He brought the fight, and he definitely tested Ortiz, man. Tested his toughness.
Yeah, man. He tested Terrence Crawford, and he tested Vergil Ortiz too, man. And yeah, he's a solid guy, man. This is a solid guy to match people up to see if they're that next step level.
Right.
This is a good barometer guy, man, because he's tough.
Yeah, he tested, not only a step up in competition, but, to test Ortiz, but he tested Ortiz's toughness. And that's always good, to be put through a test like that.
Mm-hmm. So now, guys, he is 18 wins with 18 knockouts. Still 100% KO ratio, guys. It was a great fight.
That's insane, dude.
No, yeah. I love this fight. I'm really high on Ortiz, and watching this fight actually makes me get more high on him because now he proved that he does have the toughness and the stamina. I mean, he looked pretty good throughout all 8 rounds.
It was a packed arena for this fight too, so
yeah, man,
it was a great fight. Next up, which I was excited for this fight, it was my main event, but it did not turn out that way. John Casamiro versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. Casamiro wins via split decision, right?
Yeah, split
decision. I did call it, but it wasn't the exciting fight I thought it would be because on the last show I said that Rigondeaux was slowing down. He wasn't using his footwork anymore, and he was relying on his waist movement and clinching. Man, he used his footwork a lot, man.
Yeah, lots of footwork.
Like he got like he's his footwork on like a bike and just rode around.
Yeah, I think he wore track shoes in this.
How many miles do you think he put in that fight?
I don't know, man, but it looked like he trained for a track meet because it was just like, I understand he's defensive. You know, he's a defensive boxer. He's a counter puncher, but man, like there's got to be like a point to where it's too much. Like he's literally running backwards the entire fight. Like this Casimiro is just like walking him down the entire time, and I'm just like thinking to myself, what if Casimiro just says, you know what, dude, I'm not going to play into your game plan, because obviously that's what Rigondeaux wants, right? He wants Casimiro to chase him. And if Casimiro just decided, you know what, I'm not chasing you, I'm not going to play into your game plan. Why do I have to chase you? You know, like you chase me. I don't know. I don't like the fighting style. I understand it's part of boxing. It's part of the sport. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm glad I picked Rigondeaux to win, but I'm glad they gave it to Casimiro because the guy's just coming forward the entire time wanting to fight. And it's like he's trying to fight somebody that's playing a different sport. You know, like he came to run. He came to, you know, and it's good to see Casimiro win, actually, in my opinion. Of course, this is my opinion. You're entitled to your own. This is mine, though.
I think it was a close fight too, because I think I saw the final strikes and I think they were both around 40. Significant. I'm not playing.
No,
like,
man.
Yeah.
I think it was
You want
40.
to see a lackluster fight? You watch the Tyson Fury versus Klitschko fight. I believe there was only like 64 punches landed total in a 12-round heavyweight fight out of both men.
Damn.
Something like that.
Or
Something
watch
crazy.
Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
That will
Oh,
disappoint you too, guys.
Yeah, no.
Or watch Rigondeaux versus
Look at that.
Casimiro. that would disappoint you as well.
I was excited for this fight, but like I said, Rigondeaux, he showed up like old Rigondeaux, and he used that footwork. Me, I'm a little opposite. I enjoy the footwork, man. I think it's beautiful. It's technique, man. It takes technique to do that. This isn't Conor McGregor running away from Nate Diaz.
Right.
He's a Cuban boxer. They have like a whole school, a whole system for boxing, and it's all about footwork. And they bring it back to the foundation. The sweet science is all about hitting and not getting hit. And it may not be something to attract fans, but just like they say about the Spurs, that we don't, not flashy back in the day. They didn't do dunks, but they played fundamental basketball. This is just fundamentals.
I mean,
that people just didn't skill. They didn't master. They think, no, I want to learn how to do sweet ass combos, but this is just fundamentals.
I think footwork, fundamentals, and it's part of the sport, right? But also, throwing the punch is part of the sport as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he looked good moving away from all the punches and not getting any damage. But when you're throwing, I think they said he threw like 12 punches in one round.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really fighting then, right?
Yeah.
At that moment, you're ducking, you're running. You're just there for a paycheck. That's what it looked like. These people are paying to see people compete, and yeah, he's competing. But is he really competing, or is he just showing up to run?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I do like fundamentals. I do love defensive boxing, but I also love it when they counter, and
Well, he did throw a lot of counters, but
yeah, he threw one punch at every 10, 15 seconds.
You gotta get an opening. He's a smart guy. That
Well, the other guy was throwing punches whether he was open or not. He was just trying to catch him.
What do you count? Missed punches or ring generalship more?
I mean, I count action.
Ring generalship. I think if you're being the aggressor walking forward, that you should be given, it should be scored more. You should be given more points for that.
But the aggressor is missing, and the guy who's running away is landing more punches on the counters. He's missing, and he's giving one.
He lost.
Say he threw.
He lost.
Yeah, say he threw 30 punches, right? And he missed maybe half of them. He landed 15. The other guy, on the other hand, he only threw 15 punches.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget the point.
And it's not including what he landed.
Let's not forget why these men are in the ring together. They're in the ring together to fight.
Put a show.
That's what they signed up for. That's what you're That's what you're doing
for a belt.
you know,
This was for a belt
Yeah,
too.
but this is
That's not-
this is
well,
high level stuff, and that's what Rigondeaux is. It's just it's a different kind of chess game.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
I mean, this is for a belt though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was gonna say because the numbers and significant strikes and punches thrown were very similar. That I feel like they gave it to Casimiro just because he was in the
Yeah,
in the
that's
offense.
this is that
He's
Rigondeaux
moving
needs
forward,
to do
yeah.
more. He needs to do a little bit more, but
Yeah, like if he was
I-
doing more, yeah, man, I get that. But he's doing like almost nothing. Like it we watched this fight, guys, and it like he was walking backwards for the entire fight. And even sometimes it was like he was almost jogging backwards.
yeah.
like,
But I think the commentator started talking
making fun of him.
about it
Yeah.
but
by
they're like,
round 4.
Oh, that guy that just rang the bell, just beat the bell, hit the bell more times than Rigondeaux and Casimiro hit each other in this whole round.
but what it really comes down to is that's tough luck. Casemiro was supposed to come up with a game plan. He knew it was going to happen.
But tough
No,
luck
dude,
for
see,
who?
That's
Tough luck
why.
for
That's
him.
where I
if
don't.
a guy could do that to you, just like I
But-
say, like I say in MMA, if a guy could hold you down for 3 rounds and that
no,
you don't get
that's,
to go for a finish or nothing.
see, I don't agree with it comparing it to wrestling because
I do because
let's just
stalling.
call it the
He's-
same thing as this. If a guy in the UFC was just running around in circles backwards for the entire fight, and there's one guy coming forward trying to engage him, but this guy's just running in a circle the entire time, we would all be saying this guy's running. Because you could run in an MMA fight too. Let's not compare it to wrestling because wrestling, it's a guy going forward, grabbing you, pulling you down to the ground against your will,
But
and
why
holding you
isn't
there.
he going for the finish? Why aren't he going for the sub?
Because you don't have
He's
to.
not
As
taking
long
those
as you're
risks.
going, as
Rigondeaux
long as
doesn't want
you-
to take those risks either.
if you're not being active on the ground, they stand the fight up. If you're not advancing, if you're not, moving from guard to half guard to side control, if you're not advancing, then they stand you up. If you're not throwing strikes, they stand you up.
Not all. Not
no,
all.
they
wrestlers
don't, man. We've
stand
seen
up.
Not all,
super
yeah, I'm
stalls,
about to
bro.
say.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's stalling. Why not? Why not get up and land some bombs?
But it's still
Just-
offensive. Why can't we keep it what it is? It's running.
It is offensive.
We have to
'cause
compete. We have to
Exactly,
compare
but
it to somebody in the
defense-
That goes to the
UFC
same
running.
thing. What
Defense
Steve
leads
was
to
saying,
offense.
the counters.
Look at all the counters
I
we
mean-
got. And
Who?
then Rigondeaux,
Rigondeaux.
he landed the cleaner shots no matter what.
The
Just because
judges didn't think so. He
defense
lost.
it leads to offense, man. It really did.
Mm,
He got him chasing him and he get him desperate, and then bam, he loads up on his counter.
The thing about this fight though is like this is for a belt. I mean, Rigondeaux should have went out there and not make it controversial or anything. I mean, he's supposed to go out there and try to win.
Mhm.
In order to, who was the champ in this fight?
Casimiro.
And what's the rule? If you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, right? You can't leave it to the scorecards, because if you leave it to the scorecards, majority of the time they're going to give it to the champ.
But there's fighters that just don't get finishes. They're just
It's not
kind of
it's not
guy,
a
man.
finish, but in boxing, you can at least look like you're going to win this fight and still be the champ because you beat him. And MMA is different. Yeah, it's going to look close, but they'll always give it to the champ. In boxing, you can not make it look close and still win the fight. He should have made it more active. I mean, he should have been throwing more. He should have been running the way it looked like he was running. I mean, for 5-6 rounds straight, it was just constantly.
Yeah, but
backpedaling.
there was constant boos coming from the crowd. Even the announcer, like we said, was talking, putting this guy on blast on TV, and on his fight when he's the main event,
Yep.
So obviously it was a little
See what I mean?
excessive in this fight.
The cleaner shots. It just
That was a
cleaner.
clean shot. It wasn't in slow motion, but it was clean. I mean, but the guy, he won. So
mean,
obviously they thought
if-
he won for a reason.
But if
Let us know real quick. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you think that wrestling is the same as what Rigondeaux just did
Well, it's
in a
not-
boxing
it-
ring.
I don't think he's talking about wrestling. I think
I
he's
don't-
talking about
I-
lay and pray.
I'm just talking about laying and praying. It's the same thing, man. It's
Exactly.
stalling.
It isn't.
I don't think
know.
he's
Well, then,
talking about
Jeff,
it as
why
in,
doesn't
like
why doesn't the grappler want to take the risk of getting the sub? Or you know why? Because once you not go in chest to chest, you're vulnerable. Once
If you can
he unloads a punch, he's vulnerable.
If you can hold a man down against his will and do enough to keep the fight on the ground,
Mhm.
you're winning. That's
If you
not being
can-
defensive
If you can make a man miss
because
and
it's
then give him
literally
better shots,
offensive.
it's tough luck, man.
I guess one good person to compare this to is Josh Koscheck. Josh Koscheck used to do that shit to people. He used to just lay on top of them and just talk shit the whole time. And people hated that style that he did.
Yeah, there's a
No,
lot.
Yeah, but no matter if you hate it or not, dude, it's offensive.
Yeah, I get it, but
You're grabbing a man and taking him to the ground against his will. Like that is an offensive move. Like
encounters are offensive.
Yeah, it
too.
is. It's
I'm not talking about the counters. What we're talking about is how there were hardly any counters.
Yeah,
We're talking
but-
about
but
all
the-
the running that he
But
did.
the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
agree
the
with you.
opportunity for the grappling, there could be way more ground and pound. There could be more submission attempts. It's not because it leaves you vulnerable once you're not chest to chest. You just do.
Yeah.
And then if
we just watched
Rigondeaux,
Josh Koscheck throw more strikes than Rigondeaux did in the whole fucking
I know,
fight.
but that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to agree to you is that the fact Rigondeaux deserved to lose and did, like I said, they threw the same amount of punches.
Yeah, another
You know
thing
what I
I didn't
mean?
like about Rigondeaux is I don't think he threw one combination in the fight. Like,
Mm-mm.
did we see him
It
throw
was a jab or a
any
counter.
1,
He's
2,
not a
3? Like,
combination
no,
guy.
nothing. Like,
a
it was
jab
like,
or a counter.
yeah, it was a jab or a straight left. That was it, and he was out, bro. Like back to running. Yeah, I'm glad he lost the fight.
look at Chuck's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I was like this.
Look at that. That's fucking offensive, bro. Like,
Yeah, but
I just
but
get
what
it.
does he
Look at
do
that.
with it?
The one thing I'm trying to say is like I
at
agree
that.
with Steven to say that defensive boxing is kind of the equivalent to grappling in MMA, in the sense that fans that are new to the sport, they're not gonna like that instantly.
well, let's see what you guys think. Tell us if there's anything, tell us if you agree with Steve that wrestling and laying, holding someone down and not going for a finish is the same as what Guillermo Rigondeaux did for the majority of the fight.
Just to clarify, I do appreciate grappling. I was just making that as an example. I'm not one to complain, but there are Ben Arskin. That's a great example. He don't go. Why? Why go for the wrist? I'm on top of you for 3 to 5 rounds. I know I'm gonna get it. But once you not chest to chest no more, man, you're vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate defensive boxers as well. I'm the biggest Canelo fan in here, and he's a defensive boxer. But what does he do with it? He
I think Canelo's an outlier. This is different. He's just special.
he is. I'd agree with you there.
He's just special, man.
Yeah.
Because most
But even Floyd Mayweather was more effective with his defensive boxing. I mean, I know he's the greatest ever. You can say he's special too, and I agree with you. You're right. But I don't know. I guess I'm just not a Guillermo Rigondeaux fan, and I am definitely, even like after that performance, I'll probably never watch the guy fight again, because who wants to waste their time watching that? Like, we can all appreciate defensive boxer, but that was like, to me, that's excessively defensive. Like, that's to the point where you're just avoiding a fight. Like, you're avoiding the whole point of you being in the ring in the first place. Like, if I paid, first of all, I would never attend a Guillermo Rigondeaux fight ever. But if I did, thinking like, I'm a casual fan and I'm thinking I'm going to go see a boxing match and I paid for that shit, I'd be upset.
I appreciate it, but this is a fight I was gonna rewatch again. No, it's not. But I did appreciate it, and the ring generalship is beautiful, and the footwork to me, and I'm a big Willie Pep fan, and he's on a whole nother level. But
I've seen clips of Willie Pep, and he did a lot more offensively than Guillermo Rigondeaux.
I just like the
angles,
the whole footwork thing, and the whole legend of Willie Pep is the only fighter to ever win a boxing round without landing one punch. He looked so good without landing one punch that they scored him that round, and I always thought that was cool, man. Just footwork.
I'd say it's bad judging.
If the guy, he didn't connect once, the guy, he made a miss. He looked silly the whole time.
I mean, if that guy landed one punch to Willie Pep 0, I'd give it to the guy who landed one punch.
He didn't get to land anything.
Oh, okay.
Pep made him miss
I thought you meant Willie Pep didn't land a single punch.
Yeah, he didn't land the punch, but
nobody
the other
guy
nobody landed a punch in the round.
Oh, okay.
Made the other guy dodge it.
Yeah, man. Like, Willie Pep is before his time, man. Like,
damn, I want to see that round. I'd be interested in watching that round.
I don't even think they have it.
Okay.
It's Blackboard. This is like in the 50s, guys. So,
yeah.
But he's before his time. And if you see this, man, you'll see TJ Dillashaw. You'll see Dominic Cruz, man, and the way they
this is back when they fought, though, bro. Like, they used to fight back then.
All right, guys, and the real main event of the night, Joshua the Professor Franco versus Andrew Maloney 3, the end of the trilogy, and still, baby, San Antonio on the map. We got another world champion, and that's Joshua Franco, and I'm excited, man. I got his autograph a long time ago when he was still coming up.
Nice.
So now it's gaining value right next to that Mikey Garcia. So pretty cool, man.
Yep.
Excited. It was a great fight. Great fight, man. All offense on both sides. It was great. It was a great card, man. These little guys just like you would see in the UFC, these bantamweights and flyweights just go at it high octane.
Yep.
That's what they did, man. It was just like that. And I love the Robert Garcia style of boxing where it's just body, head, body, head, body. It's just always constantly throwing combos. And that is what Joshua Franco was doing, man. So just in case you guys don't know about these 3 fights, the first fight, Franco came in against Maloney as the heavy underdog, and he upsets Maloney. Big upset. Second fight, Maloney makes all the adjustments and swells up Franco's eye, and the fight ends in controversy because Franco claimed that he got headbutted. But during the 30-minute instant replay, I didn't see any kind of headbutt. And in this third fight, Franco makes all the adjustments, man. He looks so good. I'm happy for him, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, he looked really good. We all watched that fight together right before we started recording this.
Yeah, we had just announced it. We thought we were gonna see some fuckery. It was a close fight, guys.
Oh,
it was a very close fight. Franco come out strong, and then Maloney would win the end of the round. So it was really hard. We didn't know what the judges were gonna see.
I'll tell you what, Andrew had the same game plan as the last fight because he was throwing a lot of headbutts in this one.
Yeah.
I think every round the ref kept telling him, "Hey, dude, watch your head."
I seen him throw
stop leading with your head.
An elbow over the top too, man. So
I was the only one in this table that picked Maloney, and I'm happy I was wrong.
Yeah, Andrew was fighting a little dirty in this one, but
he was calling him out, though.
I think he was getting frustrated, man. I think he wasn't. He was losing, obviously, so he was frustrated. It was showing it, doing little leading with the head like that. Where he was clinching up, throwing little elbows like that one. It was a good fight.
Yeah, it was extremely competitive. Very good fight. Like Steve said, like rounds would finish and both guys would have success, man. They were very hard rounds to score. I would not want to be a judge.
Super hard rounds to score.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it, you see Franco come out and he's winning the whole fight. In the last minute, you'll see Andrew come out and make it look different.
Land a sick body shot or something like that, man.
Combinations and mixing it up. And it was good back and forth. I would have hated being a judge on this one, but I mean, the judge got it right this one for sure. Because even at the end, you saw that Franco knew he won.
Maloney looked.
And
Maloney
looked
didn't
like
look too confident. Man.
He didn't look like he knew he didn't have that.
Yeah, when they were reading the scorecards, I was telling the guys, man, like they were showing both guys. It was split screen. One had Franco, the other had Maloney, and Franco looked confident. He was bouncing up and down, smiling, had his hands in the air, and Maloney was just standing still with just a blank look on his face.
A bunch of knots on his
eyes
head.
Wide, wide.
He did have a bunch of knots on his
head.
Yeah,
he looked like he was wearing a little more damage. You could just tell, man. Like I told him, like, look, this guy's not confident at all. He lost, you could just see it in his eyes that he knew he lost, before the scorecards were read. Franco walks away with the victory, and I was happy too, like Steve said, he's from here, so it's always cool to see one of our own get a win.
Yeah, shout out to Top Rank too for that instant replay.
Oh yeah,
he
Good
got
point,
yes.
Franco got dropped, or what it looked like he got dropped. Even watching it live, it looked like he got dropped.
It looked like he did get, but he slipped the punch. Yeah,
he told the ref replay, and the ref goes, "We'll check it out on the break." So they gave him the 8 count. They started up into the round. They went to go check out the replay, and he slipped. So it wasn't a knockdown. So he told all the judges it was not a knockdown. So it looked good. I mean, that punch missed him.
You never know. That
imagine without
difference,
that,
right?
Yeah, imagine without the replay. That's what I was just about to say.
Because it was a split decision, wasn't it? Oh no,
it was
unanimous.
unanimous.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a knockout, or the decision is unanimous, baby.
Yep.
It was great. I'm happy for Franco, man. Hopefully we can get you on the show, man. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
All right. That is all for the fight reviews. Now it's time for the MMA fight previews coming up.
Previews. Yeah, let's get into the previews, guys. We got UFC is back on this weekend. It's UFC Vegas 34, Gastelum versus Cannonier. These are two middleweight contenders. Very good contenders, but can't say the same about the card. Sorry, this card's not going to be all that great. And this is just my opinion. On the main card, we got two really, really good fights for you. It's, of course, the main event, Cannonier Gastelum. And to me, this should be the co-main event, but it's the first fight on the main card. And it's in the men's flyweight division, Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. And this fight might have title implications on it. If Royval wins, I could easily see the guy getting a title shot because we actually saw him last time we saw him fight was against
Moreno.
the now champion Brandon Moreno, and he was looking really good
Mm-hmm.
before that freak accident happened with his shoulder. He was looking good, man. Like, I was excited because I was like, I had only seen Royval fight like maybe 2 times before that, and the first time I saw the guy fight, I was hooked. I was like, hey, this guy's got talent. He's gonna be something special. You know, he's got a chance to fight for the title one day. And I think the second to last fight we saw was the Kai Car-Fance one. That was an awesome performance by Royval. Royval got to show his toughness, and then ends up getting the finish submission, yeah. And then then the unfortunate shoulder injury against Moreno. But if he wins it, he's got a tough test in front of him. Don't get me wrong. Pantoja is no pushover. He's a great striker, and Royval's gonna have his hands full. So we'll see what happens in that one, guys. But don't miss it. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be action packed. These guys do not stand around. They're gonna go at it. Won't have to worry about lack of action in that one for sure. I guess we can talk about Clay Guida. Clay Guida's a legend. You can't not mention Clay Guida.
Yeah, he's on the card. And just to clarify, guys, we're not saying that the card's going to be shitty. I'm just saying that
on paper.
Yeah, on paper it doesn't look that great. It could be like one of those fight cards like last time. It was like, wow, everything were finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, oh, that guy's getting a title fight after this one.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by it's not the best card, is that there aren't, those top 10 matchups that you want, besides the 2 fights that I mentioned. There's not, big names that are you usually see like on pay-per-view cards or but like Steve said, that doesn't mean it's going to be boring. A lot of these cards that don't look so good on paper end up being some of the best cards that you can watch. So definitely tune in. It's on this Saturday, August 21st, and I think the prelims start like at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, that's for the UFC card. We also have PFL is on Thursday. Kayla. It's Harrison versus Fabian, and that is the main event. Kayla Harrison versus Gina right Fabian.
Gina.
Yeah, that's a unique way to spell Gina right there.
I think it's Gina.
It's Gina. Yeah, this is a PFL playoffs 2, right, guys? This is because 1 was just this past weekend. So yeah, man, I love watching Kayla Harrison fight just because I think that she's so much better than all these girls in PFL. It's not if she's gonna win, it's how she's gonna win. How do you guys see her winning this fight?
Probably another first round sub.
Yeah, it's either sub or knockout.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a sub.
What are you doing, Luis?
I think a sub armbar.
Armbar?
Armbar.
Yeah. I'm gonna go knockout. Nice. Go Kayla Harrison by ground and pound.
Yeah. And just to clarify, guys, we will love your opinions in the comments and stuff. But just to clarify, and the reason why we're not going over every fight and every single card is, I don't know if you noticed, but we actually cover combat sports. We cover a lot of stuff. So that's kind of why we're a little selective. But if you guys want us to break down a full card, like we try to break down a whole UFC card no matter what. This one's a little lackluster. Plus, we're recording way early. We watch the fights usually on Saturdays, and we have till Saturday, Sunday,
till Monday
to prep for the show, and we did not get to prep for the show, guys. So if it's a little sloppy, apologize, but we got to do what we got to do, and the show must go on. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so always looking forward to a Kayla Harrison fight. We got 3 subs, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with knockout. Let us know what you think Kayla Harrison will win by, or if you even think she's gonna win, who knows? You might pick Gina Fabian to win. I wonder what the odds are, bro. It's probably like a stupid heavy favor, like minus
Probably like
2,000 or some shit.
3,000?
5,000, yeah, I can see that.
Over 5,000.
We do have a Bellator card
Oh yeah.
this weekend, and it's headlined by another heavyweight legend, Czech Congo versus Sergey Karatanov.
He's another heavyweight legend too.
Yeah.
In the Pride and the European stuff. So
Okay,
that's pretty cool.
nice. Yeah, this is a headline by the heavyweights. And yeah, it's also just not another card where you're gonna see these big names.
That's cool.
He fought Shogun's brother,
Yeah.
and that dude's a heavyweight.
I think
Pride is a different world.
Yeah.
Pride was different.
It
man.
really was different, man. I still watch some Pride fights sometimes, man, when I'm bored.
All right. And then so that's all we have for MMA, and then all we have in boxing. So I wish we were talking about Earl Spencer Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao. I had this whole thing ready, man, but it's not. And the show's late, a last minute show. So, and it's also a last minute replacement for Pacquiao. So it's a little fitting. So I'm just trying to go off the top of my head. We have, I don't even know how to pronounce Ugas' first name. Anyway,
We're gonna have to drink.
yeah, I have to drink. I don't even know how to say
I
his
think I'm
first
out of
name.
beer.
But Ugas is he's a Cuban. He's gonna come in with that Cuban style. Not so much
Yordenis Ugas.
Yordenis Ugas. He's coming in with that Cuban style, not so much like we saw Rigondeaux with the footwork like that, but he's more of the Cuban style with the double jab and following a lot behind it. So that's what we're gonna get from Ugas. But he's no joke. He's a really good guy, and he's the one with the belt. You know what I mean? But we know Pacquiao is, man. Pacquiao is a legend.
So he's fighting, or is it for the belt?
Yeah, it's for Ugas' belt.
Ooh.
And Ugas was already on the undercard. I don't know.
I think he's
I don't
ducking
know.
him, man.
No, I don't think so, man.
Man, I
This
think
is a
he's
big
ducking
fight.
him. I'm just kidding.
You think so?
I don't know. I mean,
He's hinting at retirement after this fight. He's saying he could retire after fighting Ugas.
well, yeah, he should. I mean, I thought he should have retired.
Yep, I've been
A while
pushing
back
this
over
movement.
But after that last fight he had, I mean, it's like he still has it, right?
Stop being selfish, DJ.
I know.
Go
I know.
back on your word. Stop being selfish.
I know. I'm
No, you can say he looked good.
he
Bro,
did
he's
look
got
good.
family to tell him to stop. We don't got to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, as a fan, I don't want to see him stop fighting.
if he's taking unnecessary damage, like, okay, I'm a Tony Ferguson fan, but I think he should retire soon
Yeah,
because he's
Tony-
taking way too much damage. See there? I can see you saying, hey,
I think he's
don't
the
be
same.
selfish.
Pacquiao's the same.
He don't take that kind of damage,
I
dude.
don't know. It's boxing, bro. He just
Yeah,
took
and
he
not
took
only
shots
that,
to
all
the
the-
head the whole
I
time.
don't want to be selfish. Pacquiao should retire basketball.
Oh, my God. Oh
That's
yeah, I
safe to
forgot
say.
he's a baller. dog.
Yeah,
That's
he
safe
should
to
retire
say. Is
basketball.
that good to say? I mean, why?
It's just,
Yeah, no, I don't
mean, they
think
all saw
boxing...
y'all see his jump shot.
it's just
No.
like training camps too. All the sparring sessions. I'm pretty sure, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great career. He can go
I
down as
don't know,
one of
man.
the greatest boxers ever.
Marquez definitely took a couple years off his
Oh,
life.
dude, that
And plus,
nap he took.
The wars he had
Yeah.
with Eric Morales, that took years off his
You know
life.
what? I'll tell you what though. Because of that one knockout though that Morales did on him. I mean, didn't that just kick up the memes game, right?
Oh, it did,
Ever
dude.
since
Oh,
that
man.
knockout,
Mhm.
I mean, memes were like on point after that. I mean,
Dude, some of my favorite memes were
set off
made
the memes
after Nate Robinson got knocked out.
yeah,
Those are some badass memes. Dude.
yeah,
They're
man. When
fucking funny.
Pacquiao got knocked out, I think it was like 2 months in. I was still getting text messages of a Simba trying to wake him up, or
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty, or
I remember
NyQuil.
those,
Man, it was just all over the place.
He
was
Simba.
he was
Here it is.
planking.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
That's a nasty
And,
knockout.
and it was funny because that was right when planking was like a thing, like the planking challenge. So people were putting them on different stuff. It was
yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
And then you hear what's
The internet's horrible.
You hear Roy Jones. I think it's Roy Jones. He's not getting up. He's not getting up, Jim. And that was crazy knockout.
I know.
didn't
I think the
expect
ref
that.
gave him an 8 count, right? Right?
Yeah.
The ref counted 10, right? What an asshole, right?
I don't think anybody expected that, man.
God, that was nasty, dude. Yeah, that is a nasty knockout.
You know what? The fight to that, it shows him, Marquez, it shows
He's
him
practicing it, right?
doing the speed
He
bag.
just hits the
Yeah.
ground,
It
right?
shows him doing the speed bag, and the speed bag's like crumbling the walls, like it's cracking.
Mhm.
I was like, man, this guy has some power.
Yeah, but anyway, about the
Anyways.
fight picks, I got Pacquiao. I like Ugas too, but nah, Pacquiao's on another level, man. But I think Ugas is good enough not to get finished, so I think Pacquiao's gonna win on points.
Yeah, I got
Same.
Pacquiao on decision too. I think
Pacquiao
his
at points.
speed, and he just gets enough more significant strikes in.
And guys, I apologize for not being more in depth with these fight breakdowns and picks, but like I said, we had only right now to prepare. So this is just one of those shows
Off the
like
top
I
of the head.
off the dome,
Yeah.
right on chrome. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But that is all we have for fight previews, guys. So get ready, watch those fights, and it's gonna be a good fight week. I know one of your uncles is gonna be throwing a barbecue for the Pacquiao.
Oh,
fight.
everybody
You
throws
know what I'm
fights for
saying?
Pacquiao.
Hell yeah.
All right, but right now we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we are back, guys. Thank you. All right, and just real quick before we kick off the TDs portion of TDs and Flying Knees, we're trying to grow this YouTube channel, guys. And like I said earlier, we are grateful for all the subscribers we got. I wish I could give you guys a dab. All right, you know what I'm saying, but I can't because I don't know where y'all are at. But we're friends now, man. You're part of the TDFK family.
That's
the
it.
TDs and Flying Knees family. And there's only one way out, and that's in a fucking body bag.
Yeah,
Y'all fucked
that's
up.
right. Y'all messed up.
No, but if you're watching this on YouTube, which most of you guys are, which we appreciate it, hit that like button. It helps with the visibility of the show, man. We would love to be a requested video on one of like the top, MMA shows out there. So
Yeah, and be
it
patient.
helps.
Be
Yeah,
patient with us because we do have plans on doing actual video where you're just not gonna look at our logo the
Right,
whole time.
yep.
Unfortunately, you get to see us in person.
Yep,
And I mean that in a good way because we're very good looking.
that's true.
And you're going to be mad at us that we know so much about fucking combat sports and fantasy football and we're good looking. You're going to hate yourself.
True, that's right.
Just kidding, guys. No, but for real though, hit that like button. It helps with the
Jesus.
algorithms and all that nerd shit that we need that I don't even understand yet, but it's important. And subscribe, please subscribe, man. And then hit that little bell for to turn on notifications so you get notified when we drop
Wait.
that content.
Real quick before we move on. This is for the future stalker fanboys. Who's the cutest in the group?
Yeah, guys, let us know who is the cutest. Unfortunately, because Chris does secret missions, you cannot see his face, or he will have to kill you. Sorry, guys, but he probably wins. Actually, one time, I was helping him move when he came back into town. This is a true story, guys. I was helping them move back, or no, they were coming to visit, and I was bringing their shit in, and I dropped Chris's bag, and all these fucking rowdy, big old Magnum condoms came out. I said, hell yeah, Chris!
Nah.
I said, hell yeah, bro.
It wasn't just Magnums, bro. Don't even go there. It was the extra
It's
large.
the extra large ones,
Magnum.
man. Shit.
It's different. If you don't know, there's two different Magnum sizes.
You see Chris's face right here.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
priceless.
speaking of, and I had an awesome Chris joke earlier too, because we had a pool party for my niece, and we didn't know that the pool we brought needed a pump or a filter thing or whatever to plug the hole. And Chris over here, MacGyver, he fixes it with like a plastic bag.
It's mad.
And then I was like, damn. And I was like, damn, Chris, you know all about stuffing holes, right? Hell yeah. Made Chrissy blush when I said that shit, dude. I think she got a little weakness. She almost fell. But yeah, guys, seriously though, you're part of the TDFK fam now, man. Hit us up. Don't be shy. And we are working on doing the live video and a live show and opening up phone lines so you can debate, voice your opinion, whatever, man. Soon, I promise. All right, just give us some time. But let's kick it off to Luis for the TDs portion.
Yes, this week we'll be just kind of answering some last minute questions coming into everybody's drafts. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people already started drafting maybe this weekend or the next.
Which was silly. You should wait a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
You
guys.
should at least wait. Yeah.
Oh,
The injuries will happen.
I think
Dude, literally, I remember one. I think it was 2 years ago when with Andrew Luck retired.
Yeah,
I remember
Oh,
I
man.
drafted him and T.Y. Hilton as my quarterback
your
receiver
duo
pair.
right there.
And I thought I had a steal. It was late in
I'd
the
be
draft.
confident with that too, man.
Yeah.
Dude literally retires out of nowhere.
Oh, man.
no
Sucks, man.
clues. The next day.
That's
Yeah.
why I fucking hate the preseason, bro. I
It's
hate
a-
the
yeah,
preseason
I mean,
games, man.
I think we have a good chance. Like most of our fantasy leagues, we always pick the last Sunday of
Yeah.
preseason to draft. I mean, I know it's kind of crazy, it's kind of hectic around that time, but it's the best way.
It
to
does
go.
suck that it's Memorial Day weekend because people like to make plans on that weekend. That's why I send fucking text out 3 months in advance to my league, like, hey, we're having the draft on this weekend. And I mean, so far nobody said they can't make it, so we're
Yeah.
good to go, man. But yeah, I think your draft is for your league is next weekend.
Next week, 21st.
Yeah, and we're good to go.
How
pretty
big is that
much.
team?
10
10.
teams.
10 teams, yeah.
So
teams.
why do you tell me to be in it if you already have 10?
Well,
No,
we had to
you-
get
yeah,
10.
We
just got 10.
Okay.
We got a replacement.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let me start off with my question.
By the way, if you're listening, you're not a replacement. You're our first one to go to.
right. Let me start with my question, I guess. You are in the 8th spot, right? You drafted Devontae Adams as your first pick late in the 8th. Then you got, I want to say Mixon as your running back. What's a good like turnaround running back?
If you got Mixon at 8,
No. Let's say you're at the 8th spot. You got Devontae Adams with your first pick.
okay.
Coming back around, what would be a running back around that range?
If you're lucky, you get Austin.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler, if you're lucky, yeah, that'd be great.
What's another most likely one? Maybe,
Mixon.
maybe? Mixon. Right?
Yeah.
So let's say you started Devontae Adams, Mixon, coming back on the third round.
Oh,
You have a
no.
debate whether to go Calvin Ridley or Antonio Gibson. Who are you doing?
I'm going Gibson. That's just me.
Ooh, that was quick.
I'll
It's-
tell you what,
it's really hard because
It's
I
kind of
like
hard because you know what? Because
Calvin really.
if you're
I
gonna roll the
Ridley,
dice
for
and
sure.
say most leagues, you know who's in front of you. You've been playing with them for several years already by now, and you kind of know who these next two people are going to pick twice in a row, right?
Yeah.
And you know that Gibson will still be there. Would you roll the dice and go for something like
I don't
a
think
tight
Gibson's
end?
getting past
I don't
that
think
round.
I would.
No, that
I
kind of
don't know.
strategy is like later when you get to the mid rounds is when you start doing that. When people start breaking off into getting quarterbacks, and one of our leagues, guys, we do Superflex IDP, so you can get a lot of value because people can go off. So, people go early on
In case you don't
defensive
know.
lineman or a linebacker,
Yeah, that's an individual defensive player.
and then you're left with great value, man. I've gotten 3 first-round picks on a team once because people, they went early on other stuff, which you would think it would help me out, but it didn't, man. I think it was I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
I had my first pick was Christian McCaffrey, and then who's the other running? Mixon. Super. Okay, one of them was maybe second-round pick.
I guess
But still.
for me, the key is that he's the person started off with Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
So-
so he went wide receiver.
Exactly.
You know,
running
which
back.
is it throws things off, of course. And
So I feel like that since you started so strong at running back, you should have to go for a second running back too, in Gibson.
Yeah, I would because
Everybody goes
especially
running
someone
back
like
heavy,
Gibson,
man.
man. I think his workload is going to increase, and he's going to be more involved in the passing game this year.
yeah, because like if you think about it, if you're gonna do the wide receiver in the first round, then most people that do that, it's gonna go running back, because you're gonna try to get at least, you're gonna want to get 2 top running backs.
Some
at
people
least.
believe in no running back.
And you know what?
zero
That's
RB. I've
great.
done it before, and it does work, but it's not for every draft. You have to gauge what year. There's a 1 year where it was a great strategy for me, man, because a lot of the running backs were bust. Plus, I didn't even have a good pick. I was 10th. They were gone in the top 4.
Right.
So all these awesome wide receivers were left to me, and these little steel gems of our running backs were there in the late rounds. So
Yep.
Worked out pretty good. I just didn't get a tight end. I really never go early tight end. So
Yeah, I would only consider Kelsey because you're not really drafting a tight end. You're
Yeah,
drafting the
drafting a
best, one of the best
receiver.
wide receivers that you can draft. Like, yeah, so
That's at least 18 points.
yeah, like
a week.
he's on the level of the elite wide receivers in the league. You know, like that's how many targets he gets. That's how many receptions he gets. I think he gets more than even some of the best receivers. So yeah, I think Kelsey should be in a different tier than the other,
see,
tight ends.
So drafting Kelsey is not in the first round is not something.
It's not. Yeah, a lot of people are
Uncommon.
drafting him at the end of
But
the first round, like 8, 9,
Those
10.
are usually 8 or 10 near the
Yeah.
end because they can always get that turnaround to get
Mhm.
either a running back. Well, mostly running back, right? Most people
Yeah.
would think because running backs are probably the best.
You'll still get an elite running back or wide receiver on the way back. I mean, not elite running back as in like McCaffrey or Cook or Kamara, but you'll still on the way back. You can still get somebody like maybe Taylor, Gibson, Mixon, Harris. Who knows what Harris is going to be? Shit, he might be a steal.
Yep. It's a weird place to be near the 8th because at the 8th you already seen what a top 4, at least the top 4 running backs taken, and you're gonna get maybe a couple of people that are gonna draft a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So at 8 you can either go Kelsey or you can go running back.
Who do you pick first, Kelsey or the top receiver, Adams or Hill? Some people have Hill first. Do you pick Kelsey before Hill?
I'm picking Kelsey before Hill and Adams before Kelsey.
Okay.
yeah, I'd pick Adams first.
Then Kelsey.
Yeah,
then
probably
Hill.
then Kelsey.
Okay.
I still never went tight end ever early, so it's just weird for me, bro. It would really throw me off if Kelsey was available to me. Yeah, I'd probably do it, but it'd throw me off because
Right.
the mock drafts I've done where I went Kelsey early, it just looked weird.
Yeah, you're
It's just-
right, man.
It just
What I
looked
like,
really weird.
like getting Adams is you're getting such a secure receiver one,
Mhm.
and I guess that gives you more security because in tight end position, I mean, you could hit. I mean, in the
Yeah.
late rounds, you could hit. I'm not saying a Kelsey type, but somebody that could be 9-10 points different from him is big.
Yeah, man. As long as you can find yourself a tight end that's going to consistently put you up, in the, I'd say like the 8 to 10 range. If you can find that in the late rounds, like after the 10th round, dude, you fucking got to steal because that means you didn't have to use a pick on your tight end earlier and you got to draft another running back or receiver, or even a quarterback, an elite quarterback. So yeah, if you can just find someone to be decent, a steal in the later rounds, and yeah, and I think there are a couple of tight ends that could be that steal for you in the later rounds, and I think
I think this is a good year if you want to wait on tight end. I think it's a good year.
you're right.
I think there's going to be a lot of steals and gems.
Yeah.
Man.
I think Jonnu Smith could be. He's tight end 13 right now.
Higbee.
Some people are saying exactly Higbee. Well, Higbee's ranked a little bit higher, but Jonnu Smith is 13 right now. A lot of people think he's going to be the leading. He's going to get the most targets on the Patriots team.
It could be.
Could be.
Because they went after him hard, man.
Mm-hmm. And
I think that tight end from
Hunter Henry.
the Eagles, I think he might.
Goddard.
I think-
Dallas Goddard,
I
but
think
he's ranked pretty high. He's ranked
Yeah,
number
I think,
8.
my biggest dark horse, Adam Troutman, baby.
Adam Troutman, there you go,
Yeah.
from New Orleans, is someone who could be a steal. Cole Kmet is someone who could be a steal in Chicago, especially if Justin Fields starts. I think it just completely changes that offense for me from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah, because I mean he's scrambling. He can move. He can stay
I
in
think
the
he just
pocket.
opens that
and he has
offense
a good
up,
arm.
dude.
Yeah, so I mean they showed him on the preseason game. He was doing pretty well for coming out. I think he might even be the starter.
I hope he is,
I think. I mean the way he looks and the way if you can stretch the play. Usually, tight ends are the guys that get the ball, right? Because they get lost in all that mess.
In
Yeah.
the sauce.
Yeah.
And them or the running backs.
And Cole Kmet is tight end 18, guys. Robert Gronkowski is tight end 19. I think that is way too low.
Yeah, I think Gronk's going to have some pretty high scoring games, I think, man.
Yeah.
I do too, man. I
On
think
the
that
low.
him and Brady just have a connection. And DJ pointed out last year it took him a while to get into football shape, and he started putting up points when he did. Now he's in shape. He's had a full camp.
Yep.
He's playing in the preseason, so he's gonna, be ready to go from the week 1. So I do think 19 is super low. If you can get Gronk like in the 13th or 14th round, dude, you could be set.
I would put him on my bench just to see what happens because Gronk is the greatest tight end to ever live, man.
And
I think.
Well, he's one of them for sure.
I think he is going to go down as the best because look at all those goddamn points scored, man. Touchdowns.
Rings, too.
Well,
all those
I think
rings,
Tony
too.
Gonzalez and Antonio Gates still have more, right, or no?
They don't have. I don't think they have more championships.
Oh no, not championships. But I just
No,
mean
I don't
like,
think they have more
touchdowns
touchdowns.
individual
I
statistics.
think
Gronk
they
has
have
only
long
been there
careers,
for a short
super long
time.
career. And I think Gronk is. I think he's gonna have a good year this year. I think he's gonna have. He's not gonna have a Kelsey year, but he's gonna put up fantasy points. I think he's definitely gonna get those touchdowns and he's always gonna get the looks in the red zone. That's for sure. That's guaranteed.
Yeah. And guys, real quick, another quick little tip. Just because I just thought about it right now. With your last pick, do some research. What team has the best matchup for defensive wise? You know what I mean?
Boom.
Like use your
Antonio
last
Gates
pick to
and
pick.
Tony Gonzalez still
Yeah.
have way more.
You could break it this year.
What is it?
Not this year. Maybe
3
I
years.
think 2 or 3 years. Yeah,
But,
he could break
what's
it.
the?
Yeah, but
I
those
can't
guys
see
play
it.
till like their late
so
30s.
Gronk's at 87.
Tony Gonzalez 111.
is 111, and Antonio Gates is 116.
He could totally break it, man.
In 2 years, maybe.
2 years maybe. I don't think he's getting.
But he's young.
many
He's still
He has to get
he's
like
the same
30,
age
like
as
15.
Kelsey.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, they're the same age.
I don't
Yeah,
look
he's
at him
young.
the same though, man. Because
Like 28, right? Because he does have a lot of surgeries.
yeah,
I think.
I mean,
they're
he
the
just
same
has.
age, but
He is
I mean,
32.
I don't know if I was
Yeah,
building
no,
my team.
Gronk is 32.
I'd rather have Gronk than Tony Gonzalez or Antonio Gates, man.
That's crazy though. Look how many games he's played. He has almost
half the games,
100 less games than both of them.
and he's only.
So what happens when you play your entire career with the fucking GOAT, bro?
That's
I
true.
guess
God damn.
right? Gosh, he says so demanding. I couldn't debate.
Yeah. There was a point in my time where I'll say Tom Brady's not the greatest quarterback ever, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to.
It's definitely hard.
Every year it gets harder.
It's hard to argue against it. At
It's
this
like
point.
he's putting that, he's putting a stamp on that,
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Brady. I don't like him. I actually, this is just my opinion. People will probably bash me for it, but I would take Peyton Manning in his prime over Tom Brady in his prime. That's just my opinion. I like Peyton Manning more, but I mean, Tom Brady is no doubt one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it, man.
Definitely.
Top 3 for sure.
You think anybody in history will ever get past what is he at 6?
Later, man. There's gonna be
I don't
some
know.
freak athletes later.
Maybe.
on, man.
You think Mahomes?
I think
That's a good
Mahomes has the possibility of reaching.
I don't
that.
think it takes a freak athlete
No.
to be a great
Well,
quarterback.
like just the game to evolve more. And
I
just-
think it takes coincidence, dude. It takes a lot of luck.
Well, you know what? A lot of
skill,
Brady
though,
did
for
have a lot of luck. The tuck.
A lot of luck,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
A lot of
tuck
luck. And,
rule.
his kicker won him 2
his
Super
kicker
Bowls, I
won him
think.
2
Spygate.
Super Bowls.
I mean,
Spygate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking
Deflategate.
interception.
Yeah, Deflategate. Yeah.
I don't know about the deflate stuff. I think that's just nonsense. I think that's just BS. But the Spygate, I think
know,
that's
man.
pretty messed
It
up.
can help you grip
Bro,
the ball
yeah,
better.
Bro, any little.
But did you see that game though? No one touched that ball. Like everybody was dropping it. It wasn't like there were good passes or anything.
Gotcha.
Like it would have been something if people were catching the ball in
Mm-hmm.
crazy ways, in crazy fashion. But in that game, everybody was dropping the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think that the Flakegate was something, but the Spygate was pretty
That was fucked
pretty
up.
sketchy, man.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the worst things.
Like, to me, being an elite quarterback, I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys are special athletes too, but I think it has a lot to do with intelligence and like just understanding defenses and understanding like just your playbook. Coaching has a lot to do with it, but like I don't think it's not like being a fucking linebacker or corner where you got to be this athlete, this special athlete. I think that, I mean, look at Tom Brady. He's probably the best example. He's far from being a fucking athlete, like he's not looked at as being this athletic fucking, dude. I think his combine picks are still meme to this day. And like,
yeah, I mean,
he's
they
like
just made a
slow.
commercial.
He's fucking like, he was weak.
I think Madden just made a commercial about it.
Mhm. Oh, they did?
Yeah, where he was talking about he wants his speed to go up.
Yeah.
His overall speed.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've been training for this whole time. And he's like there with I think it was Ocho Cinco, who had the stopwatch, and he goes, "You ready?" He goes, "I'm ready for this." They made it look like he ran like crazy fast. And he goes, "Nah, you're not getting better. You're still at a 6. At 60
No, 60,
overall.
yeah.
Overall.
60 speed.
Yeah. But yeah, look at him, man. He's not like he's far from being a fucking special kind of athlete. And look at Lamar Jackson. He is a fucking athlete. Like he's super athletic, super fast. But I think he's a terrible quarterback.
Talking about Brady, if Brady slips to you like in the 8th, are you taking him? Are you happy with Tom
That's a
Brady
good
as
question.
your QB1? Me personally, no.
Starts off slow, man.
Yeah. Not only that, it's just.
Oh yeah, and Brady has 7 Super Bowls.
As
guys.
I'm,
My bad. We
as
said
I'm watching
6,
my
but
fantasy players, I
Six
like
6 with the
I like the
Patriots,
flashy
1 with the
ones.
Bucks.
And Brady's just not one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know if I like Brady in fantasy, man.
I will be, trust me, at the 8th, I will be happy to get him because I think that's a steal in the 8th. I think he's a top. I know we didn't put him in our top 10, but he has potential to be there. Yeah.
Would you take him over Jalen Hurts?
Yes, I don't like Jalen Hurts one bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd take Tom Brady over Jalen Hurts.
I think his inaccuracy.
Tom Brady or
is gonna
Ryan Tannehill?
Ooh, Ryan Tannehill.
show. Tannehill.
But it's just for the rushing, right? I think rushing and possible rushing touchdowns.
I think the games that Julio's healthy is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Tannehill
right
will be
here.
dangerous.
It's gonna be good for Tannehill.
Tom Brady or Stafford?
Stafford.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Brady.
We put Stafford in our top 10.
I know.
Oh yeah, Stafford. Then.
Stafford.
Stafford.
Yeah, I mean,
And that one, I think that's the battle for 10 for us right there.
Oh, it was, man. We were considering putting Brady in there for sure.
And guys, if anybody's watching this that knows anybody from Fantasy Pros or knows how to sign up to get, recognized and ranked, because telling you, I'm confident that as a whole we could beat a lot of these guys.
for sure.
For real. So let us know, man.
Jeff, didn't you have a question?
I was gonna go with how far down would you take a wide receiver over a running back? Because like towards the end of the first round is where people start to consider taking receivers or Kelsey over a running back. So I was just gonna ask you guys towards the bottom ranking, the bottom 10 of the running back rankings are like Jones, Barkley, Taylor. Let's just leave it to receivers. Are you taking Adams or Hill over Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley, or Jonathan Taylor?
I am. It depends on my draft position. I think if I'm
So if you're at 7 and there's still Aaron Jones, Barkley, and Jonathan Taylor, but Adams is there too.
see there, I am taking a running back, most likely Taylor, because I am gambling that Stephon Diggs, Hill, Calvin Ridley still might be in that spot for me.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather take a top RB1 and just get a different wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Gotcha. I'm a little bit scared to take Taylor if Wentz isn't going to be healthy, man. Like, I just don't think their offense as a whole is going to be as, effective as it would be if Wentz was healthy. So it kind of scares me away from Taylor. And Taylor has fallen in the rankings, man. Before the Wentz injury, he was up like around 5 or 6. Now he's down to 9.
I mean, you got to think about it too, though. Like, I mean, last year Taylor didn't have a quarterback either. Right?
Phillip Rivers, right?
Oh yeah, he did have, but Phillip Rivers wasn't standing out, was he?
He wasn't great, but he's
Well, Phillip Rivers loved to throw to Hines. It wasn't Taylor.
Yeah,
He threw to Hines all the time.
But he was still a quarterback that you had to respect. Like, you couldn't just stack the box and prevent the run, because he's a quarterback that will get the ball downfield. So I feel like I don't even know who their backup is, man. But I'm not comfortable taking.
They didn't even re-sign Brissett.
Yeah, they did. They don't have Brissett, so I'm not really. I think it's a guy named Jacob Eason or something like that.
Something like that.
Off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm not comfortable with Taylor, man. And so I'd probably go Barkley. In that spot, I'd probably go with Saquon Barkley.
did y'all think Wentz was gonna get hurt?
I knew Wentz was going to get hurt.
Holy shit! Totally forgot, guys. The most important position in football.
Oh shit, we did almost forget.
Top 10 kickers, guys. You know what? We've been rambling too much. I'm just gonna kick it off to Luis. We're just gonna skip to number 1, man. DJ, can you get the?
I mean, I think we can do top 3, right?
Yeah, we can do top 3 kickers.
Top 3 kickers,
Can we
Luis.
pull that up?
Also be Young Way Cool and Justin Tucker. That's what I like at 3-2.
Yeah, I like who.
Why in the fuck? What is Will Lutz doing at number 17 Fantasy Pros?
Wow,
17, dude.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
He's like top 5. He's
Yeah.
like a top 5 kicker. He is fantasy kicker. He is. I don't know
Right,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's
well, I
number-
think
what-
number one. We all know who number one is, right?
No, I know we do, but the audience doesn't know, Luis.
Well, yeah, I guess drum roll, please, DJ.
Oh, okay.
Kareem Hunt.
yeah,
we all-
dude.
Oh yeah, here you go.
There you go.
Cream
should
Hunt
have-
is definitely
Kareem
Number one.
Hunt.
The
Yeah.
ESPN should have like you know how Taysom Hill was able to play a tight end, like at least for one game. They should have that with Kareem Hunt
Hunt.
in your keeper spot.
Man, that'd be sick.
Dude, that'd be fucking funny.
Well, you know what? I think he's like he kicks both ways, right? Because he's for sure a punter.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was more of a
for
punt. You're right.
He for sure a punt her. You know, because it was more like a Spartan kick.
It was a nudge. It was a little push.
Yeah, I mean that
Bottom
ruined
of
it,
the
man.
split.
He could have had a ring, right?
Yeah, dude. I think he could.
I think he could have had a ring. If that incident didn't happen, that's for sure.
Hey, before we go, let me go with one more question. If you're in a super flex league, we know that's mostly quarterbacks get taken,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Towards the end of the rounds, you're trying to gamble on your second quarterback, and only the rookies are left. Which rookie quarterback are you gambling in that super flex spot?
Just start at your second quarterback.
Yes, out of the rookies.
It's a good question.
Probably that Trevor Lawrence guy.
Yeah. For me, as of now, Trevor Lawrence. But if Justin Fields gets announced to be the starter before the season starts, I'm going Fields.
Yeah, I'll do Fields.
You know, I wasn't even going to mention him, guys, because that's who I would take.
Yeah.
If Luis didn't mention him, I wasn't even going to say anything because I don't want you guys to take him.
No, I mean,
But yeah, I was
Fields-
thinking Fields before you said anything. Man.
Or I mean, obviously a Niners fan.
Guys,
but
Jeff
I'm
is holding
not-
back information from the fans.
I know.
Because you just submitted it right there.
Hey man, I got a lot riding
Guilt
on my fantasy
trip.
season, guys. I'm in some high stake
He
leagues.
said he's just gonna be a heel.
He's guys. Jeff will be giving you the incorrect information.
No, I would never. Nah, guys, I'd never do that. It's
It's
just like
collusion.
It's like Jeff's like number one tips to win your league. Tim Tebow number one.
number one tight end for sure. No, I would never do that, guys. I just, it doesn't matter because Luis mentioned it, so we're good.
I'll tell you what.
I got y'all.
I mean,
people.
I know you're gonna say, "Oh, because I'm a Niners fan," but you know, Trey Lance looked pretty good,
He
Today.
would be
And,
someone I would consider too.
and from the talks from all the Niner stuff that I follow, it sounds like Jimmy G might not get the job, or it's gonna be a battle.
Are you
I'm
happy
choosing.
about that?
No, I would like Jimmy G to start, at least give him a go. I mean-
not for his skills, just because he's very handsome.
It's because man, that chin is chiseled, bro. This guy dates porn stars. First week in California, he starts dating porn stars. Anyway, that's a different story.
Can't have your cake and eat it too. Can't be a
Right.
good quarterback and do all that stuff.
Be good looking, right?
Yeah.
There's only one
Thank
quarterback.
God he
that
didn't
did
win
it.
the Super Bowl.
I know, it was so close. But yeah, I mean, he looks good, and the talks are coming out. Sounds like he might be the starter. I'm pretty sure if Jimmy G doesn't, Jimmy G might get the starting position just
That'd
because
be-
he's
That might be the most expensive backup quarterback in the history of the league. $100 million
Wow.
backup quarterback.
He could be, yeah. He would be the most expensive backup quarterback,
That'd be crazy.
but
Dude.
they'll trade him out, right?
True.
Well, all right, guys. It is 2:35 a.m. Central Time.
Jennifer's gonna kill us.
We gotta wake up for church.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If it was your first time, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it was a little different, unprepared, but like I said earlier, the show must go on. And again, guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and tell a friend, man, and all that good stuff that I say every episode. Because it's true, man. And like I said earlier, we appreciate every subscriber. And it's because of you we're getting more views, man. Our first video got like 64 views. We were pretty stoked. But that was because, everybody was happy for us and hyped with us, and supported us. But we started to put 2, 3, 4 out. You know, views are real small and stuff, but I don't know. You guys came through, man. We've gotten over 100 views over the last 4 videos. It's pretty cool, and it's all because of you guys. You guys are sharing. You're telling somebody, so thank you for that, man. And with that, we will see you next time.